Hello and welcome to You Lost Me at Namaste, where we discuss all things wellness, well-being, and spirituality at a 101 level. So, if you've ever wondered what a root chakra is, or what the different crystals do, or if the law of attraction really works, then this podcast is for you. The universe led you here for a reason, so thank you for joining me. My name is Michelle Schoenfeld, and I'm a master energy healer and reformed couture-aholic, recording from Eaton Radio in Washington, D.C. So I am really excited for today's episode. Today we are going to talk about the full moon rituals. So as I'm recording this, we actually are in a full moon, the first one of the season. But in general, I think every time they come up, we always wonder, okay, what should we do? What do we do to clear our energy? How do we manifest? What does it really mean? And if any of you are like me, then your Instagram feed also probably blows up with things about full moons and super moons. And right now we're in a snow moon or a wolf moon, a red moon, a blood moon. It's like, what do all these mean? So today, because this is a 101 level, we are just going to talk about basic full moon rituals. And the reason I remind you all that this is a 101 is because there's so many different ways to do full moon rituals, and it can be as easy or as complicated as you want. It can be as kind of broad, or it can be as kind of targeted as you want as well. So first of all, I just want to say, and I wrote it on my notes for those of you watching live, there's like big stars here, that it's really important to say that regardless if you're listening to me or if you follow different Instagram pages or different bloggers on this type of thing, or maybe you have a spiritual guru of your own, that there is no right or wrong when you're doing something like this. The idea is it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to feel good, it's supposed to clear your energy, and it's not supposed to make you worry about, am I doing it right? Did I cover all the bases? What if I do something wrong? Am I going to manifest something I don't want? That's not how it works, because the universe, God, whatever, divine, whatever you're comfortable with, wants your back, wants you happy. You were born to be happy. You were born to be loved. So don't worry about doing it right or wrong. Just literally do what feels good. But sometimes we're like, where do we start, right? How do we know where to start on doing this? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about full moon rituals, and I'm going to tell you exactly where to start. And we're just going to cover a couple of the easier kind of broad spectrum ones, and that is manifesting, clearing, and healing. So to start, anytime, so the full moon is, first of all, just to remind everybody, because I haven't had science class in a long time, what the full moon is really when it's just opposite of the sun. So you have the moon on one side, then you have Earth, and then you have the sun directly behind it. So that's what the full moon is. And when we have a super full moon, it's because the moon is the closest in its orbit, like Earth's orbit. It's closer to us. That's why it appears to be bigger. So a full moon is when it's opposite the sun. And there's really beautiful energy that comes around the time of the full moon, and it leads about 3 days prior, of course, during the full moon, and then there's a little bit of a shadow 3 days after. So if you miss a full moon, but you're still within that 2 or 3 day range, don't worry about it. You'll still get a really nice benefit. So the first thing you want to do is, say, if you want to manifest, is really think before you go outside, before you go under the moon, is what do you want to release and what do you want to call into your life? So an example would be if you want to do, say, a manifestation, something that you want to manifest into your life. And there's a really beautiful full moon and you're like, I want to bring love into my life. I want to bring happiness into my life. I want to bring abundance, whatever it is that you want to bring into your life. Just kind of decide what that is. Write it down. Some people like to write it down actually on a piece of paper, maybe 3, 4, 5 things that you would like to enter into your life. And then go out under the full moon. Don't worry about if it's cloudy or not. Put those pieces of paper outside. Put them in a jar. Do whatever you want with them, a special little box. And stand under the full moon and feel this beautiful cooling energy on you. And in your mind, or you can say it out loud, say what it is that you want. Say, I am ready to bring love into my life. I'm ready to bring abundance and healing into my life. You just say whatever it is that you want to bring into your life, that you want to harness the power of this full moon to help you bring happiness and joy and love into your life. You're ready to receive all that is right for you to make you feel happy and grounded, abundant and loved. That's a great way. That's super simple. And the reason I'm not giving you an exact script is because I don't want you to get hung up on the words. I want you to practice this. Go outside under the full moon and just let your heart speak, whether it is actually out loud or in your mind. Whatever comes to mind that's positive, just let it come out, because that's the true you. And a really wonderful thing about the full moon is that it helps us connect with who we really are. And we know that when we're speaking our truth, when we're living our happiness, that is our true self, makes us feel happy. It makes us feel grounded. It makes us feel connected and have energy and inspired when we are speaking and living our truth. So the full moon helps connect with who you really are. So I don't want to tell you what to say. I just want to tell you what to do. So take a couple minutes, go outside, take a couple minutes, meditate in that, just kind of clear away everything that happened from the day or the week. Take some nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, letting that full moon energy shine on you. Just feeling it cool, visualize it getting into every pore, going into your cells, bubbling, sparkling, feeling good. Let yourself smile, and then put out what you want to manifest. Just put it out there. So that's one of my favorite things to do. Another thing is clearing. A lot of times people feel with the full moon that they're feeling a little stuck, or they're feeling a little anxious, or maybe you're sad, or you had things going on. You just want to clear away that negative energy. And this is my absolute favorite thing to do with the full moon, is to clear the negative energy, clear that stuck stuff that we feel inside that holds us back, the crazy things that go on in our mind or our heart, or sometimes it's negative energy from other people. So a really nice clearing one, again, is the same idea. So when I say go out on the moon, that's best case scenario. Like, best case scenario is you're at the beach and you can put your feet in the water and you can see the full moon, or go up on your roof or in your backyard. That's best case scenario. But a lot of times, you just can't. You can't get outside under the moon, or it's too cold or raining or something like that. Don't worry about it. You'll still get really nice full moon energy. But of course, it always is best if you can be outside and be in nature. But so if you're in a hotel room or your apartment or something like that, don't worry about it. It's still going to work. So back to the clearing. What you do for the clearing is, again, it's a very similar thing. You want to open up your heart. Again, best case scenario, be under the moon. You want to just stand there with your feet planted on the ground, feeling like little roots come out of your feet, like visualize them going down into the ground, tapping into that really beautiful earth energy that makes us feel connected and secure. Maybe open up your chest, pull your shoulders back, opening up your chest, tip your head towards the moon. Again, even if you can't see it, just tip your head up towards the sky. Taking some nice deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, feeling your shoulders relax, your body relax. And just continue to breathe until you start to feel just a little bit more at peace, letting all the worries of the day just kind of fade away, peel off. And then again, in your own words, through verbally saying it or in your mind, just ask that this wonderful full moon energy transmute any of the negative energy or emotion that's stuck inside of you or surrounding you, to help it clear and cool all that negative energy, negative thoughts, negative emotions, to help heal the wounds of the past, to help your mind feel happy and optimistic. Whatever comes to your mind. If you're healing a broken heart, or if you are, just having problems in your mind, or whatever it is, that you want to clear away that negative energy, clear away those limiting thought patterns, clear away maybe shame or guilt or self-judgment, any of those low vibrating emotions that hold us back from living our best life and feeling happy. That's how we can harness that full moon energy. So you can spend a half hour or an hour doing this under the moon or in your room, but you can also do it for 2 minutes, even 2 minutes of taking time to focus on that full moon energy and clearing you really, really makes a big difference. So I brought with me some stuff here in the studio, And for those of you who are watching live, because I'm streaming this live right now, I have my sage. We're going to do a whole show on sage. It really helps with energy for some people. And I have my crystals. I have a really beautiful piece of rose quartz, which is a healing crystal that was from my grandfather's. And I have a beautiful amethyst crystal, clear quartz, and a selenite, which is really good. I would really recommend any of you, whether you're into crystals or not, go get a piece of selenite. It's really cheap, and it's a crystallized form of dolomite, and it's great at just sucking that negative energy right out of your body. It'll take negative energy, negative thoughts, negative emotions right into that crystal, and you'll feel a difference. And the crystals never need to be replenished. They will always harness it. So just holding it into your hand, closing your eyes and visualizing it like a magnet, just sucking all that negative energy and emotion out of it. So the reason I bring up these crystals and my sage, and I also have my candle here, is that these are really good things to take with you when you do a full moon ritual. You don't need to, but they're great. And if you are somebody who loves crystals, whether you know what they mean or what to do with them or not, it doesn't matter. Put them outside under the full moon. It really helps to cleanse them and restore their healing properties. Another really great thing to do for the full moon ritual is to take an Epsom salt bath. So salt water is so healing. It heals us physically, of course. It's a great detoxifier for our body, but it also helps with our energy and to kind of neutralize it and balance it. And everything in life is about balance. When we're balanced, we feel good. So during a full moon, again, it could be the 3 days leading up to it, up until a couple days after, it's a great time to take an Epsom salt bath if you don't live somewhere where you can swim in the sea. I really, really recommend that. And again, you just put about 2 cups of Epsom salt in a nice warm bath, soak in there for as long as you can. If you can only make it 5 minutes, that's fine. But if you can get a good 15 or 20 minutes, that's even better. It'll help stabilize your emotions, which can run really high. And I don't know if any of you who are listening ever feel like really hungover. Sometimes you're not really sure why, or you have low energy. A lot of times the moon can do that. So the moon, it's good, it's healing, it makes us feel good, it opens up portals to healing and inspiration, but it also really affects us because we're water, right? We're over 70% water. And if you think of the moon affecting the tides, full moon makes even stronger tides, and a super moon, which we have right now, I think we have 4 in 2020, really affects the tides. More babies are born then, people act crazy, that's why we call it lunatic, for Luna, for the moon, and it can affect your body. Women get their menstruate, they'll get their period during that time. It can give you headaches, it can make you feel low energy, and it can also make you feel great. But just keep in mind that it affects us a lot more than we realize sometimes. So get active, go for a walk if that feels good, go outside, nature is great, swimming is great. But again, if it's the middle of winter or it's raining and you can't, take that Epsom salt bath, do a nice little meditation, put out to the universe what you want, what you're looking for. So I apologize for this background noise. There's a lot today. There's a whole gaggle of not so well-behaved kids, I'll be honest, running around. But again, so back to the full moon. Sorry about that noise. It's a great time to also show gratitude. Thank you for everybody sticking with me, by the way. It's a great time to show gratitude as well. So if you're like, I don't know what I want to manifest, and I don't really think I have that much clearing that I want to do, although all of us do have things we need to clear out of our body, it's a really great time to also just show gratitude. If you have no idea what to do, you're like, I feel pretty healed, I'm in a pretty good place in my life right now, even better to show gratitude. There's never a bad time, obviously, to show gratitude, but it's really important when you're not feeling good and not feeling happy, because showing gratitude will bring up your vibration, make you feel better. But it's also good to do when you're feeling great, because it's a high vibration. And the more law of attraction, right? The more you feel good, the more good feelings come to you. The more you express gratitude for the things you have in your life, the feelings you have, the people you have, the experiences, whatever it is you're grateful for, the more of that's going to come to you. And it just makes you feel better. So go ahead and take this full moon energy. If you can sorry about my pauses here. These kids are really crazy, but this is the fun of doing a live podcast, right? Is all the ambient noises around us and what's going on. Learning how to roll with the punches here, I guess. So I think that's about it for the full moon. I really wanted to just give some basic 101 tips on what you can do. And know that if you're feeling stuck, that's normal. And this is a really good time to feel unstuck. And again, if you don't know what to do, don't worry about any rules. Just say, I want to feel unstuck. Please help remove this negative energy, remove any blocks, any of the stuff that's in my mind that's making me feel stuck. Bring in inspiration, bring in motivation. Just whatever it is, just let your heart sing, let your heart speak. Welcome in this nice, cooling, healing, beautiful energy from the full moon. It's such a great thing to do. Our ancestors have been doing it, obviously, for thousands of years. There's reason that people love the moon, and so many festivals and like the solstice and healing circles are focused around the moons for thousands and thousands of years. And it's in our DNA. So, and also know that you're not alone. If for some reason you're feeling like you just want to crawl into a cave during full moons, that's okay too. There's no right or wrong. So now I'm going to move on to the question part of this podcast. I love when I get questions. And if anybody has them, you can always email me at michelle@michelleschoenfeld.com. Again, that's michelle@michelleschoenfeld.com. Or you can DM me on Instagram, which is Michelle Schoenfeld Official. I answer all my questions. I love it, and they could be featured on the show. So today's question is very relevant, and it comes from Stephanie out of the UK, which I love. I have a lot of clients in the UK now. So hello, Stephanie. Hope you're listening. And her question was, lately I've been feeling stuck and just not motivated to move towards my goals. What can I do? So Stephanie, thank you for that question. I love that question. Even myself was feeling this recently. The best thing you can do when you're feeling stuck is not focus on it. When you focus on it, it makes it feel worse. Immediately get busy doing something else. Go for a walk, do a different exercise class, read a book, call a friend, whatever it is that's different than what you've been doing. You want to start breaking your routine and get out of whatever it is that you've been doing, because obviously that's not working, right? So the best thing when you're feeling stuck is just give yourself a break and try something different. It doesn't matter what it is, because just breaking that routine is going to help. And then as far as feeling motivated towards your goals, that's kind of a loaded question, in that sometimes we're just not feeling motivated because we have to preserve our energy. We need to take a break. We need to know when to rest. It's really important to rest and restore. But sometimes we're also not motivated because it's not really the right thing, because it's not the path that we should be going down. It's something that we think we should be doing, or maybe a goal we set that wasn't quite right. So I would say really think about, close your eyes and feel in your stomach, in your chest, in your throat, and ask yourself, is this the way I should be going? Is this something I want? And if it really is your goals or whatever that you want, then you have to figure out why you're stuck. And then it probably is you just need to rest and restore, and you need to do something a little different. And if you're feeling like, I just don't think it's right for me, then you know that too. Start looking for something different. But make a list every single day. This is great when you're feeling stuck. And on that list, put 3 things that you know you can accomplish that day. It could be the most basic, just 3 things towards your goal or in life. And at the end of the day, make sure all 3 are crossed off. And so we don't want them to be huge monumental things, right? Like, I'm going to have my book finished and the publisher is going to give me a great deal. Like, that's not realistic. It could be like, I'm going to pay my medical bill. I am going to return that phone call to so-and-so. I'm going to return an email. I am going to, whatever it is that you need to do. We all have these long lists to do. Put 3 things. You might have a list of 20. Don't worry about that list. Make a separate list with only 3 things that you know at the end of the day, you can cross them all off. And don't go to bed until you've crossed them all off. And that will make you feel better. It will make you feel a sense of success and accomplishment, and that will help raise your vibration. So if it's something towards your goal, it could be the smallest thing. Send an email to somebody who can help me with this. Or, I don't know what your goals are. You didn't include them, which is totally fine. But you know, and we all know those things that we need to do to get where we want. So make a list, 3 simple things that you know you can do. Maybe you have to do a little research. Maybe you need to listen to something on YouTube. Maybe you need to, I don't know what it is. You know what it is, but make that list of 3 things. So I hope that helps. Please, again, send me your questions because I love answering them. I'm just going to look at my notes here and see if there's anything I missed, because I could talk about this all day. I love it. But I think I'm good. So we're going to move on to the mantra now. And the mantra part is the very last thing we do at the podcast. And it's a positive affirmation of something that we would like in our life to feel good. And I'm just going to explain it quickly today. A mantra that it might be, I become more confident, happy, and abundant every day. I become more confident, happy, and abundant every day. So it might not sound like there's anything wrong with that. And there's not. That's a wonderful thing, right? We would all like to become more confident, happy, and abundant every day. But when you turn around and phrase it into the now, and that you are confident, happy, and abundant, it totally changes the vibration. And we want to live in a place where we're feeling that now. We're feeling that love. We're feeling that success. We're feeling that health. Because it's in our control to feel. It's all about feeling. Because when you feel it, it will literally start to change everything about you. How you look at life, how you deal with your friends, how you feel inside. So the mantra for this week is going to be, I am happy, abundant, and healed. So I want you to say this 3 times in a row, put it on a sticky note, put it on your mirror, and say it several times a day to yourself over the next week. So we're going to say it together 3 times. I am happy, abundant, and healed. I am happy, abundant, and healed. I am happy, abundant, and healed. So I hope you enjoyed this issue of You Lost Me at Namaste. I love all of you. Know that you're worthy. You were born for a reason. It's time to be happy and live your best life. And until next week, namaste.